Welcome to this week's discussion on what is a ministry. A ministry should be a call from God, and it should be done as a service. It is usually associated with a church or a project extending from a church. Some of the more common ministries are things like Eucharistic minister, visiting the sick or dying, ushers, and many more. I have served in various ministries in several parishes, and I would like to share some things that I have experienced that should not be found in a ministry. Most people are very dedicated to whatever the service they are involved in, and a few are seeking to be served. One of my experiences I would like to describe was as a Eucharistic minister. My view of being a Eucharistic minister is one of service in bringing the body and blood of Christ to the congregation. I see it as an honor and a responsibility. The responsibility comes into play through our responsibility of protecting the Eucharist from harm. I was in a parish where devil worshippers would come in to try and steal the consecrated hosts for the purpose of desecrating it. It is not the position of a Eucharistic minister to judge who can receive or not, but it is our responsibility that no one takes a host out without consuming it. In some of the parishes that I served in, there were a few people that were there to be served and be seen. Serving others should be an honor. When an Eucharistic minister will only stand in a particular place, next to the priest, or they would only do the body or the blood, they are seeking to be served. In some of the parishes my wife and I would be asked where we wanted to serve. We said, "What do you mean? We are here to serve the community, not to be served by the community." The leader could not understand why we would not pick our favorite place. In one case, I found out that there was one section that none of the ministers wanted to serve, so I took that one. It was the most rewarding one in the church for me because that was where many of the people from several different countries would gather. I felt like I was bringing Christ to the world. I loved it. I guess it became my new favorite place, but I never asked for it. I would just go where needed. My point here is not to criticize, but to refocus what it is to be a servant in a church ministry. To truly serve, we do not need recognition or thanks. We are not there to be seen or to be given the honored position. We are there to serve. There are so many ministries where those serving are never seen or known. There are ministries that cannot be done without being seen, like most of those at a mass. We should just be doing the right things for the right reasons and not the right things for the wrong reasons. I would just like to end with this story about a boy who naturally knew how to serve without any type of thank you or recognition. It was all about others and not about self. He served totally out of love. It is called Valentine's by Dale Galloway. Little Chad was a shy, quiet young fella. One day he came home and told his mother he'd like to make a valentine for everyone in his class. Her heart sank. She thought, I wish he wouldn't do that. Because she had watched the children when they walked home from school. Her Chad was always behind them. They laughed and hung on to each other and talked to each other. But Chad was never included. Nevertheless, she decided she would go along with her son. So she purchased the paper and glue and crayons. For 3 whole weeks, night after night, Chad painstakingly made 35 Valentines. Valentine's Day dawned, and Chad was beside himself with excitement. He carefully stacked them up, put them in a bag, and bolted out the door. His mom decided to bake him his favorite cookies and serve them up warm and nice with a cool glass of milk when he came home from school. She just knew he would be disappointed. Maybe that would ease the pain a little. It hurt her to think that he wouldn't get many Valentines, maybe none at all. That afternoon she had the cookies and milk on the table. When she heard the children outside, she looked out the window. Sure enough, here they came, laughing and having the best time. And, as always, there was Chad in the rear. He walked a little faster than usual. She fully expected him to burst into tears as soon as he got inside. His arms were empty, she noticed, and when the door opened, she choked back the tears. Mommy has some warm cookies and milk for you. But he hardly heard her words. He just marched right on by, his face aglow, and all he could say was, not a one, not a one. Her heart sank. And then, he added, I didn't forget one, not a single one. Can we all put our tribulations behind us like Chad? Are you here seeking to serve or to be served? Have a blessed week. If you would like to receive these weekly discussions, please subscribe below. You can also feel free to share any comments.